What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome you back to more Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2. In the last episode, we made it here to Humalau City. We headed south onto Route 21, took care of some trainers to get some extra training done, and we also tracked down Marlin after we perused around where the actual villas are at, up there on the stilts up north of here, all those houses that are up there. We also took a look at the move tutor, the master move tutor, who is into yellow shards, and we were able to teach my Volcarona Heat Wave, but I am not done with that move tutor just yet because I definitely want a couple of more moves from that guy. We're going to have to figure out how to get more yellow shards. We'll worry about that probably in the next episode. For now, it's gym battling time, so let's do this thing. I have put the lucky egg on, well, actually, hold on. Yes, I saw it. Hold on. I should probably go and get this item back here first before I do anything else, which I actually don't 100% remember how to get to. It's over there. Let me get this item really quickly because I'm going to feel really bad for having neglected doing that. And I think I actually just have to surf to it. Yeah. Let's grab that and then we'll take on the gym. Sorry, my bad, everybody. I'm like totally scatterbrained going into this area. Give me the shell. Really? A shell bell? I mean, it's something, I guess, but the problem is I already have one, and I don't need it that badly. So now we can surf back on over this way. I don't think I needed to use the dowsing machine for anything in this area, so we're probably fine. Probably, I think. I don't know. There might be an item worth grabbing. We'll worry about that a little bit later. For now, let's just do the gym. We're going to do this entire gym in this episode today. Kamina is going to be doing all of the work. Let's talk to this guy. The gym may feel like a resort, but the gym leader's no picnic. This is a present for me. Please focus and prepare. And we get our final free fresh water. In Humalau's Pokemon Gym, you proceed by hopping on the lily pads and sliding across the water surface. Here's another piece of advice. Water-type Pokemon really don't like electric or grass-type moves. Yeah, we all kind of knew that. This is why Kamina is going to be doing most of the work. So, hop on the lily pad, and off we go. Let's do the first fight. All right, this is going to be the true test for my Jolteon, as we are going to be Lucky Egg battling our way through this entire place. There's a lot of water-type Pokemon in here, but not a single one that resists electric-type attacks. So I am going to hope that Kamina can just kind of clean house here as she goes. The problem might be a little bit of defenses that might allow these Pokemon to hold on for a couple of hits, especially due to the level disparity. Floatzel is not one of them, though, so that's good. Oh my gosh, yeah, Kamina is going to get a lot of experience going through this place, and I am not worried about Mantine despite its amazing special defenses because it is quad weak to electric. So we should be fine here. Pardon me while I adjust the mic there because I'm touching it with my hand. You may have heard, oh my gosh, it actually survived. Well, that is its best stat for a reason. I'm very surprised by that, but it managed it somehow. I'm going to use... why did I pick of all moves? Why did I pick that? Okay, well, it's going to use Bounce. Do I just tank it or no? Because I don't like that idea. I guess I have to because the agility. Just do it. Okay, luckily it's not very effective. That was a critical hit too. Wow. Okay, so not even all that bad. Probably should have used a water move in that situation, Mantine. I can't believe it survived that. That's amazing. Okay, well, luckily we're going to get into a situation here soon where they're not even going to be surviving those. So, whatever. The next couple of trainers I'm also not too worried about. We will obviously see. So let's continue on. That's going to push that lily pad away from us, but that's actually going to allow us to backtrack here soon. We're also going to push that one into place, but let's battle this lady first. And she is only going to have one Pokemon, and that Pokemon is going to be Alomola. All right. So I think 2 discharges will be enough for this thing, just because it is such a wall that it is probably going to be surviving one, and not to mention it is not quad weak like Mantine is, so only normally weak to it. But hey, that's still pretty great damage, and it's paralyzed, and it's going to try to use Wish, but you just don't have time, Alomola. You just don't have time. Get out of here. And this is probably going to push Kamina to level 44 off of just this one Pokemon. The next trainer, though, might be a little bit more of a challenge. I'll probably just top off Kamina's health just in case, because it's going to actually have something that can hurt and also can even, I believe, learn a couple of ground moves. So, I don't know. We'll see. Moo Milk again. I probably just should have used my fresh water, actually. That would have been the perfect time to do it, because when else am I going to use that? Now we're going to head back, and now you can see our path backwards has been sort of filled up. That's okay. We can go on over here. I love the way this gym feels. It's just so chill. The vibes in it are just awesome. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to take this lily pad down here, hop off, and then go this way. It's going to bump that lily pad over, and now we can battle this dude. I think that you would deliberately seek me out for a battle. I'm so tickled that I won't hold anything back as a reward. I would appreciate that, dude, because you are going to be actually using a Pokemon that is very, very strong. And that is Walrein. That's right, the water and ice type. Now, again, this thing can learn things like Earthquake, which is a little bit scary. I should be able to go first because Walrein is not the fastest, but I also don't think I'm going to one-shot it either. Not quite, anyway. Let's see. Yeah, ooh, Swagger. Okay, that is a choice. All right, we're just going to have to hope that... Should I hope that Kamina can break through it, or should I just heal? I think I'll just heal, because if it opted for Swagger... That gives me the feeling that it doesn't really have anything else that's better. So I'm just going to do that and see. Oh, it's going to use Rest. Oh, I'm actually okay with that. I don't think it's going to have the berry to wake itself up with. It'll probably use Snore. But Snore is not too strong, so whatever. We'll just discharge it a couple more times and we should be in the clear. Remember that Walrein has thick fat, which makes it doubly resistant to things like... Doubly resistant to things like fire and ice type moves. Obviously, you would never really be using those in this situation. I mean, if fire could make a little bit of sense because it's like normally effective, but you would never want to use ice moves on this thing. Even though I did at one point earlier in the playthrough, although I think that was on a Spheal or a Celio, not an actual Walrein. I can't remember though. Whatever. Down it goes. That's going to be a lot of experience. Probably enough for level 45. Good job, Kamina. We're going to keep going, though. Wants to learn the move Thunder. Okay. So, I actually think I'm going to teach this to Kamina over Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam is nice and all, but I think I'm a little bit more okay with that being on my Volcarona because having this, like, last Gambit electric move that just does such an insane amount of damage is going to just be way too useful on Kamina. And I'm probably not going to be using Hyper Beam on her very much anyway, so... I think that is the play here, so let's fight you first. And we'll actually see if we can get some Thunders off, because this is going to be a great fight for that. Not on her first Pokemon, though, because her first Pokemon is... She can show it off. Pelipper! Yeah, this thing will go down to a discharge, no problem. Not really too worried about this guy. I don't even think it's going to be faster either, although we will see. And it is not. Okay, definitely dead to this. Super simple. Pelipper is just free experience for electric types, pretty much. All right, not bad. Almost level 46. Wailord will definitely send us over the edge, though, and this is what I'm going to try to use Thunder on. Now, obviously, Thunder only has a 70% accuracy, so that's going to cause us a little bit of problems, but it landed. We'll see how much this does. It'll be a good taste test into how strong Thunder is. Hey! I like it. I like it a lot. Good job. All right. That is some great damage, and also the fact that you get 10 uses makes it so much more bearable, I think, than some of the other super strong moves that only get 5. Okay, so here is our situation. Now, obviously, if we try to go this way, this is going to go right past this guy, which is a little bit of a problem. But actually, I can go into this one and go straight to him, so let's just do that. Is that Marlin at the end of that path, or is it the end of the other one? I actually don't know. I guess we'll find out. All right. Enzio. It's going to use Basculin. Okay. And Basculin can have Water Jet, which is a little bit scary. But I think we should still be able to... Did I say Water Jet? Aqua Jet. My gosh. Not like the machine that they use to carve out things and cut stuff. No, sorry. The priority water type move. That's what I actually meant. So 2 Basculin, and then his last Pokemon is probably going to actually tank something. Or probably tank a discharge. So I'll see if I can use Thunder in that situation. I'm actually probably not going to end up healing before I leave this gym based on the way things are going, actually. I'm probably just going to keep what I have. It should be enough for the actual gym battle. But next is a Azumarill, so I'm going to use Thunder on this one. Hope it lands. If the Wailord went down in one hit to Thunder, I can't imagine this Azumarill is going to fare much better, especially because while it does have a lot of HP, it actually has less than Wailmer. And there we go. Wailord. Wailord, why can I not get the names of Pokemon right today? Holy crap. Ugh, I am struggling so badly. All right, let's go back. Or actually... Just a second. I think I've actually done something wrong here. Oh, you know what? No, I know exactly what to do. I think? Am I getting this wrong? I might be getting this wrong. Just a second. Okay, because there's like a setup to this last one that you have to do. But I got to be able to jump into it from a direction. Okay, I think what I do is okay. I go off of this one into this one. Oh, it doesn't push it though. So I just, for the record, I just want to point out that I tend not to be the brightest person in the world sometimes. My bad. We're just going to want to go this way, obviously. Oh, my goodness. There we go. Thank you. Now we actually need to get to Marlin, which is something in and of itself entirely. And yeah, I need to figure that out as well. But obviously, I could have just ridden that up there. I don't know what I was thinking. We're going to at least be able to battle Sable here really quickly. And this is not too terrible of a fight. I mean, the Golduck, I don't think is going to be surviving. The next Pokemon, though, might be a little bit more tricky. We will see. See if I can just one-shot this thing for the discharge. I don't know, though. Oh, wow, it actually survived. Just barely. Okay. Well, that's going to hurt a fair bit. But I think I should be able to Shadow Ball and just knock you out now. And then I am going to hope that Thunder is enough to take out the next Pokemon, although I don't know if... It's probably not going to be faster because now I've got the level advantage. But I don't know. I'm going to hope Thunder is enough to knock this thing out. So let's just do that and hope this lands. Yeah! There we go. No way Starmie is surviving that one. Now, Starmie's got some pretty good stats, but it's definitely not as defensively oriented as it is offensively oriented. So we will take that. Almost level 49. We're definitely going to be healing before the next fight. Now I just need to figure out how the frick to get over there. So this is actually locked into place now, which is probably a good thing because I can't get that out of there. But I got to get over to that lily pad. Do I just... I guess I just step off on this one? Is this correct? Am I doing this right? Yes. I think. But then how... Ooh, and then then I get on this one. Okay, I feel like I'm learning this for like the first time. And then do we take this back? Ah, haha, yes, of course. Of course. Silly me. Duh. It's all just in that lily pad. All right, Marlin. Oh, I didn't heal. It's fine. We're fine. We'll be all right. We will be all right. I have an idea. I have a plan here. That was dumb that I didn't heal, but we'll be fine. Okay, so we got Marlin, the gym leader here, the 8th and final gym leader here in Pokemon Black and White 2. Marlin is going to lead with a Carracosta, which is a water and rock type Pokemon that has the ability Sturdy, which prevents it from being taken out in one shot. Now, this thing usually leads with Shell Smash, which we're going to see if it actually does it. Shell Smash, we saw this in the first game because I used Carracosta quite a bit, and nope, it is going to crunch. That sucks. I knew it. That was dumb of me. I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to switch on over to Jack, actually, because I know for a fact they're going to heal here. I really should have used a Hyper Potion before we got this whole thing started. Now I'm going to have to use 2 turns for this. It's fine. It's okay. Let's heal you up real quick. Community recovered from fainting. Marlin's going to use the Hyper Potion. It's whatever. I'm going to also use a Hyper Potion on this turn while it sets up that Shell Smash, probably. And this is where it turns itself into a sweeper, as long as it can't get hit back. But it's got some really good moves here, and so this one has Smackdown, Scald, and Crunch besides its Shell Smash. I don't think any of that's going to be one-shotting Jack even with this in tow, so we're going to see if we can Force Palm this thing. Hey, we're even faster than it still, which I imagine Kamina will definitely be faster if that's the case. Scald! Okay. All right, Jack, hang in there. Wow, one shot. Okay, so Kamina will definitely finish this thing off, no problem. Not something I'm, again, too worried about. So I'll just use another discharge here, of which I got 5 uses. And if I hadn't healed, I wouldn't have had to go through that entire... If I had healed, I wouldn't have had to go through that entire rigmarole, but it's okay. That was my bad. Sorry, Jack. You had to be the sacrifice in that situation. It's okay. We're going to get Kamina to like level 50 after this gym is done. On to Wailord, which has Amnesia, Scald, Rollout, and Bounce. Amnesia is the thing to watch out for here, obviously. I'm going to try a Thunder and hope this lands. Yes, it did. Okay, we're 4 for 4 on Thunder so far. I don't want to push my luck too much, but that is really, really nice. And it is going to be enough to one-shot this Wailord. Okay, yeah, I just didn't want to get that Amnesia off or we were going to have some problems. And then all that's left is Marlin's last Pokemon, which is Jellicent, the Water and Ghost-type Pokemon with the ability Curse Body. It also is holding a Citrus Berry, as most of the gym leaders' strongest Pokemon often do. It has Brine, Recover, Scald, and Ominous Wind. Nothing that I am too worried about as in regards to what Kamina's got to deal with. She does have pretty good special defenses after all. And we have also paralyzed the Jellicent, and although we have put it in Citrus Berry range, we have not put it in Hyper Potion range. So that's good. It is paralyzed and can't move. Let's try to finish this off with a Thunder, and we can call it a day. Nope, it finally missed, and there's the Recover. All right. Well, in that case, I am instead going to cut my losses here, and I'm just going to use 2 more Discharges and try to win this fight, because it can't eat another Citrus Berry. So down to half health. I'm actually glad that didn't crit there. This might burn, but even if it does, that's probably okay. We are fine. Luckily, Jellicent doesn't hit too hard. It is more defensive than offensive. And down it goes. And some good experience for Kamina. We've defeated leader Marlin. You totally rocked that. You're raising some wicked Pokemon. You got this trainer thing down. And we're going to get some good money out of that. You don't just look strong. You're strong for reals. I was swept away too. Oh yeah. Yo, I was so surprised that I forgot. I got to give this to you. And we are going to get ourselves the final badge, the Wave Badge. And with it, we are also, of course, going to get our obligatory TM, which is, after he talks to us for a second, it is Wave Badge, Unova's region's new gym badge. Pretty sweet, right? And you got all 8 badges, so you can be tight with any Pokemon. Oh yeah, I got a TM for you too. We get TM 55 Scald, which is a water-type move that does a fair bit of damage, but also can burn. Scald sometimes burns the target. Oh, and you can even use it when you're all frozen and chilling and stuff. Shoots. I'm off then. Hope it's useful. All right. Peace out, Marlin, I guess. I love that his hair is kind of like a shark fin, though. Marlin is an interesting character. I don't know if I love him a ton, though, because he's kind of like... Well, I don't know. You'll see. We're not done with him just yet. For now, we just got to head on outside. So we're going to ride that all the way back, and we definitely need to heal up before we do anything else. But now that we've done that, Hugh is going to stop us. You got all the badges. You're really something. Usually you go to the Pokemon League now, but dealing with Team Plasma comes first. And here comes Marlin. Sup, yo? What's this Team Plasma you're talking about do? Team Plasma does things like steal my people's Pokemon. They plan on conquering Unova by using Pokemon to freeze it solid. They're really evil. Haven't you heard of them, Marlin? Nope. When the ocean's your home, you don't worry about things like that, because the ocean accepts all rivers. So you think Team Plasma's bad then? Well, unequivocally, yes. I get it. They're bad, so you fight them. But first, you got to say that in your own words. Then you do. You'll understand better that what you want to do and what you're hoping for. Well, then. Man, I don't know if that guy's laid back or just irresponsible. That kind of got me down, but our opponent is Team Plasma. We have to focus, but before that, we have to find out where they are. We'll split up and you check Route 22, okay? All right, so I guess we're going to be heading north to do that, but this is why I don't like Marlin very much, because we're like, hey... They want to cover the world in ice, they want to steal Pokemon, and they want to kill people. They're bad, and Marlin's just like, I just kind of go with the flow. I don't really care. Yeah, I'm, packing some of the strongest Pokemon in the entire region. In fact, I am unequivocally the strongest trainer here outside of the Elite Four and the champion themselves. But whatever, it's not really a big deal, not really my concern. This is why I don't like Marlin. Marlin is kind of a jackass, to put it lightly. I get it. He's like laid back, but I don't know. It definitely gives that whole things, there are just some things that don't really matter in life. And I don't really need to pick a side all the time. It's like he's the ultimate centrist. And it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, if you're some loser on the internet who is just like a political centrist, it's like, whatever. You're one amongst... Why am I going? I'm going the wrong way. You're one amongst literally millions of people. But if you are in a situation like Marlin, where you actually can unequivocally do some good, where you can help out, that does make you an asshole. I'm sorry, but it does. It kind of makes you suck, and I don't like you very much. Also, I really should have switched Kamina out with Farina going into this area, but I failed to do that, so that's my bad. It's okay, though. I'm just going to put Kamina into the back of the party where she can sit for a while and think about what she's done, and by that, I mean literally getting us the 8th gym badge and also beating up a very annoying centrist. Okay, let's head on through, and we're on to Route 22, everybody. A battle will surely be worth of a page in the book in your journey. Sure, we're going to keep looking around and seeing if we can't find them. Now, Route 22 has... not really hardly any new Pokemon worth talking about except for one, and that Pokemon, I believe, can only be found here in I want to say only in wintertime, but I could actually be wrong about that. I think they just might be really rare. And that Pokemon is none other than Delibird. Delibird is an ice and flying type Pokemon that doesn't evolve, and I have even less kind things to say about this Pokemon than I did with Corsola. From a practicality standpoint, anyway. Listen, I love him. Delibird's my boy, and I want nothing but the best for him, but his best stat is speed, and even that is just mid. He's a novelty Pokemon that should have evolved at some point, and it just never happened. Skip, skip, skip. All right, Challenger, come on, break through this. Thank you very much. Yeah, unfortunately, Delibird's not really all that great of a Pokemon, so it's not really worth discussing too much. I really wish it was better, though. It's just a victim of those early game or those early gen Pokemon that don't evolve, that just don't really do much. So I don't know. It kind of sucks, but it's just kind of the way it is. What do I want to use on I don't really have much for Drapion except for my Flygon, who I don't actually have with me at the moment. Let me shift to Tomoe and see if she can't do something. At least she can mostly like tank a lot of the hits, because Tomoe is my most like overall defensive Pokemon, so that's kind of the reason I'm like, that's the main reason I would say I ultimately default to Tomoe a lot in situations where I don't know what else to do, just because she's like good for that. Now granted, because she is the lowest level member of the team, that obviously doesn't happen a ton, but hey, it's there. There just isn't like a lot in this game that water types are really all that great for, which is kind of funny because I was like, man, I'm so excited to pick Oshawott, but it's mainly just because I picked Oshawott, or I didn't pick Oshawott in the first game, and yeah, I'm going to be honest, Oshawott is a lot better in that game than they are in the sequel. Whatever, we did it. Okay, guys, that is actually going to be it for this episode. You know what I'm going to do is between episodes, I'm going to meet you guys right back here, and I will have swapped out Kamina for Farina, and then we can proceed on into Route 22 a bit deeper, because there's a lot for us to do in this area. Trainers to fight, items to grab, all that stuff. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.